admins to do their magical business. And again, you know, shout out to everyone that's making things as like really easy for us today as well. You know, admin team, observer, all of the good stuff. But it does look like in the game, LFO has opted to start on the CT side. So we'll do our whole switcheroo stuff and then we'll look to get into the game. Absolutely.
Cannot wait to be a part of this, guys. Again, to everyone who has joined us, to all of the beautiful thousands of viewers watching us on twitch.tv/ESL_CSGOC. It is a pleasure to be hosting you here. Moto running it back for LFO versus VERTEX. The final map, it is going to be Overpass. Who will face off against Order? We will find out very, very soon. But diving into this pistol round, of course, it is going to be Liki with the dynamic dualies. We do get to see on the regular with VERTEX picking up a little bit of utility to work with. They've got a smoke molly and also the smoke in the hands of Brace. And only hazr, but no kit on the side of LFO.
Yeah, they're going to have to try and see if they can stop a bomb plant from going down, or they're going to be rapid in toward the retake. It is, you know, those kind of normal things. The dualie's out, though. We'll see what is going to be able to be thrown on through. Bit of silence. VERTEX not being met with any aggression from LFO at the moment is kind of nice as well. Gives a little bit of free reign for them to waltz around the map. For Sterling, he will be spotting out PZ. Can't quite find the first little headshot approach, but that's going to be baiting numbers over towards here, LFO. Sterling is going to win that duel, and now it's up to Liki because the monster tunnel is going to start to have some beasts come out.
Great peek there from Malta. The little dance and do-si-do out of Monster. And now Savage has a lot of defense that he needs to try and find. It's going to be a great opening shot to deny the control. And now Rufflecoat moving down with the bomb. What is going on here? Brace and APOC do manage to at least save their Grace a slight amount. Brace, of course, doesn't actually have any Kevlar to work with either. Now they actually start to fall away. What do they do here? 35 seconds.
Mitch, none of them have Kevlar. APOC and Brace were the ones that were the sacrificial lambs, it would seem, in this round to purchase everything over for their teammates. And now they need to find some very swift headshots. I see a flash on the floor next to Sterling as well that could potentially be utilized a little bit later on. But to try and get into it, APOC has spotted out the head of APOC. So that's information that there's somebody up in heaven. And for Sterling, he's starting to creep on through. There goes Brace with the bomb. And now APOC done for the wide on swing. Gets taken down to half HP. And there's just absolutely no time. He needs to die or get that bomb plant and then die. And it's going to be death.
They slow it down, but I guess the whole factor there is, right, you know, trying to sell the potential fake up towards A. Brace had to pick up the bomb. Rufflecoat took it down in towards the water position. Surely that was a lack of communication there. And I guess, you know, not exactly what you want to be seeing on the side of VERTEX early on. A little bit maybe of a call for concern there, but regardless, we'll scrap it for now. It still went down to the 2-on-2. No bomb plant, though, meaning that it may very well just be the Glock train to come out for the side of VERTEX, get this round over and done with, and then potentially start to look through what we're going to be dealing with into the first round, the first proper gun rounds of this map.
I want to see if any of our CT teams here are going to do the run boost spawn molly over towards the outer monster stairs.
Yeah, I only saw that yesterday.
So technically that was something in like a, you know, that Rops and stuff did many years ago in a video. So it's kind of nice. But APOC for the spray, Sterling for the steal. You'll take that, get the round done with, and we have guns in the next.
Nice and easy. So just quickly wrap that round up, send it packing, and full focus into this. So with no members going down there, no reinvestments really needing to come through at all in Camp LFO. They've got to be happy with their financial position, right? All members sitting above 3K. Got everything that they need to take through this round. And a very, very smart one. You know, they're kind of ready for this to actually take the fight into the next round if they need minimal utility expended. They are going to be looking to flash into main as well. Sterling already in position, looking to try and find this fight towards the playgrounds. But will they be swinging? We'll have to see.
Yeah, the MP9s for hazr and Liki here as well, but it's going to be Savage sent in for the first bit of the Slaughtering Fest, and it's not going to be anything more than one. A bit of extra damage on towards APOC Dud. We'll simmer things down. Big duel for Sterling to win, however. Player advantage for LFO. Get out of that one. APOC potentially, you know, get hazr or Liki that M4. Back it up just a little bit better to go for a nice duel. Lots of time to play with for VERTEX, however, and a bit of utility they can be sending in towards this B site. Where's that smoke going? From Sterling. It's deep monster smoke. So.
Back to monster, yeah, but they're already through. That's the scary thing here. Don't know if hazr actually spotted the head there of Brace. It doesn't look like they did. They've completely walked out for free here. And that's awesome from Brace. The reaction, he was ready for it. And another coming through from the in-game leader here of VERTEX. But they're picking up the pace very, very quickly. Brace looking for a third here. Will he find the fourth? He knows he's up towards short. Brace does try to tie in the fight, but it is going to be a challenging one. Already onto the other side of the molly, and Ruffleco to close. Big boy Brace finding the round, and VERTEX back up against the wall again. You know, that was a 3 versus 5. And they close out the round strong.
Yeah,
getting an opening run on the board.
Huge frags to come through from him as well. You could just see when they settled down outside Monster as well, it made LFO maybe second guess themselves. It made them dump a little bit of that util as well to try and get themselves into better positions. But Brace was already in front of it. He just settled down, crept in toward the site, got in front of that smoke. That's the tell. LFO throwing that monster smoke for VERTEX to already be in front of it, that, you know, they can kind of catch them off guard. There's a window of opportunity, and they capitalized on that. Brace comes out with a couple of neat frags. The bomb plant goes down, and it's just a little bit of a delayed crossfire and a 1 duel. But it is another gun round for LFO to come through this time. They don't have the lesser weaponry of those MP9s. They don't have any kits either, Mitchell. And you know what I say about not having kits? If you're facing AKs and you bought a helmet, you're probably better off trading that helmet for a kit.
So a slowdown of the pace. Just Malta seeing if he can find anything. Another smoke down towards Monster. That's a little reactive spray there, thinking it was potentially a flash. But they are creeping. Seeing where they can find something. Is it going to be a run boost? It will be. And there's nothing home. So long, clear. Obviously that duo again, Sterling and hazr. Sterling's going to be lining up inside the bathroom. hazr just jump spotting long. Sterling is in a bit of a precarious position here, and he's actually going to choose to get out. I think that's a wise choice. Back to the site. No! He's going to still try and find this fight. He just wanted to send a flash to his boy. And still forward with this position from Sterling.
Yeah, this could be a little bit unfortunate if he finds only one and then gets traded out, because all of VERTEX are very close to him. But APOC now has come here as well. They're going to hear a little bit of this utility going through, and it's going to be the trade attempt right now. A missed shot from Sterling. He split the wickets right now. But are LFO going to get bowled out? APOC, the flash, it helps him. They're not clearing him. There's one. The second comes through from Malta, though, for that trade. And now hazr 10 seconds. Just deny the bomb plant. Ruffleco finds the kill. A tap on toward it and a fake out. The flashback. He's shooting the truck. He denies it. Is there time? 5, 4. No. There's no time. Oh.
Excellent stuff there from hazr. They were just like deer in the headlights right there. Too scared to do anything. Too scared to get back in. That was a brilliant round for VERTEX leading up to that point. You know, they got the trades. They had the positioning. But, you know, when it all came into one, maybe their eggs overloaded a little bit in the basket, and it's tripped all over onto the floor.
He's blind shooting the truck.
Yeah. Just whatever hazr did there.
No one close to the trade. Yeah. No one close to pre-fire out. No one close to the bomb either to protect his a meat shield. Well, it's unfortunate, but well played for LFO to kind of get the situation over. And this is something I love about VERTEX as well. They know how to get that tower boost out so quick. Yeah. And we've seen what? Throw it back a couple of bit now, as I actually put a point in it. Oh, Malta. He's not going to get it. We saw it was, what, from these guys? 3 rounds in a row that they were able to get a tower boost kill. Or something like ridiculous like that, like a year ago.
Look at this from hazr. Such a forward position as well. Flash over the top. Sterling looking for more. This is that duo. Like, guys, everyone watching along at home, keep your eye on these two. They are such an important little combo on this CT side. Just their positioning, their buddy system. They've been playing together for so long now. You know, different iterations of this roster, but one thing has remained true is their dynamic. In this round, however, Brace does trounce. And yeah, going back to that tower boost, actually did win in overtime or something like that. Sterling got the scout. I think he got the boost with the AWP, got the kill onto the counter boost, and then PZ scouted him the next round back on the other side. Crazy stuff.
Well, no, wasn't it? The AWP got the leg and the scout got the kill.
No, that's it. Yes, it was. Yeah. It was PZ with the scout to get Sterling. I remember that. Yeah. And it was... Oh, anyway, we'll talk about that later because Malta has found frags and they managed to bring this back into a spicy position. But look at Liki. He will be the factor here. The wow man. And they are going to be holding it back. Malta still hunting. Malta still aware and alert. Oh. There's the info. Liki gives the spot, gives the opportunity. Malta's got to be careful. Does want to go for the walk through the smoke now. It will not be the right timing. Liki, sorry, my friends, but savage. No kits. He'll walk onto site.
There's a kit on the floor.
Forward. Yep. There we go. Yeah, just on the other side of the flower pots, but he has to go finding it. Flash off the wall. Not going to be finding anything, though. If he gets this pick on the ruffle coat, maybe
Everyone's
a winnable
low.
prospect. Smoke doesn't actually quite find it either, Dion, but he doesn't have time. He's just going to get out of there. Round does go the way of VERTEX, and that's an economy breaker here. It will be just Savage holding on to this if he does make it away. He should, but irrespective, VERTEX find a second. And money is not good for LFO.
Yeah, early days of Overpass though, Mitch. Early days. So for VERTEX, they'll be hunting for the tied scoreline now, and for LFO, do you put anything behind this? Do you consider a double eco, you know, on a force buy here to try and catch VERTEX off with, you know, reading a page of that strat book? Wait and see for a second, but a lot of these instances for VERTEX where these rounds can be quite close. You know, you think there if Liki finds one frag, if Liki finds the kill onto Malta through the smoke as he was so close toward it, potentially is that 2v2, goes another way. But it is indeed LFO forcing up. They're going to have the scout over towards long. VERTEX looking for the party control. The flash over. No run boost this time. PZ going to throw it and get it this time. The second will tag Skirling. The scout sound cue gives an idea for VERTEX of what's happening already.
And they're going to utilize that position, taking up long, knowing that there will only be some sort of defense back towards that site. Still waiting, however, Malta is on the other side of the party position. They are going to go for a boost into connector here, spot out, see if there is any information at all. And there is that one member walking on up, does get the Molotov down, but he's not super keen on peeking just yet, big boy Brace. But Sterling finds Peasy, and I'm wondering where that was, because whatever it was nasty. And Brace has been spotted by Savage as well, so this is LFO very much taking the lead. Rufflecoat up on the boost wall, up on the line. Sterling does fall back into the bank. 3 on 4, very challenging position for VERTEX.
So VERTEX do know that there were 2 players down towards short water because of that boost. They know Sterling's over at this A side as well, so they're starting to get an idea of what pieces of weaponry can be what around the map and what LFO have to work with. Hazr with this deagle, gonna choose to take the fight instead of tuck in towards the truck, and now that is gonna be the open A site. Sterling with the scout is actually gonna find Apoc Dud, who was already tagged low, and it's only Ruffleco here to try and get the bomb plant down because Malta isn't here to assist. He's not close enough just yet. The plant's starting to go on down. Sterling running in for the challenge. He gets a tag. Is it all up to Apoc? No, Sterling finishes off Ruffleco, and now it's on to Malta. No util. All the prowess just individually on him. A smoke onto the bomb and a tap to boot as well. And that is beauty. That is a beautiful round from Sterling.
The man can do no wrong at times. Like when his team needs him, he can step up to the plate. That is 3 aggressive picks with the scout, taking it to the fight, knowing that he's got a leg shot onto Ruffleco and just going in again. You know, looking like a trick shotting video, something like that with the old scouty. Crazy, crazy stuff from Sterling, but exactly what his team needs to get them back into play, right? Because now we look over at the money on the side of VERTEX. It ain't great, but look, same could be said for LFO as well. So it looks like VERTEX are just going to take a gentler approach here, go for the save, take something into the next round. But yeah, man, geez, this is just, it's scrappy in a way, right? Because there's just so much space on this map that they need to try and kind of account for.
This looks like VERTEX are just trying to bully their way in towards the B site. Dodge a little bit of this utility, creep up through short water. Savage currently isn't looking at it. Liki has an MP9 through down towards Monster, and Apoc is playing the spray potential if the smokes do cordon him off. But it's going to be a full execute from VERTEX in toward this B site. See what they can do with the pistols. Look how blind everyone is. Yeah.
That's 2 frags as well. 2 very, very important ones. No Kevlar. The HCs going to make it dicey, and that is exactly what has happened. And they've got to try and clear for this bomb. Brace, smoke down. PZ still in an awkward one as well. Nate comes through, and Haz is going to find it. Unfortunate there. If Brace maybe potentially looked up towards heaven, it could have been a different story, but Hazard just did exactly what he needs, and he's going to get dinked as well. But it doesn't matter. 3 alive, AWP taken through. Money's starting to get a little bit healthier here for LFO and VERTEX. They're starting to fall by the wayside a little bit here. However, they do have another redemption shot.
Well, you got to remember as well, CT-sided map, right? So you got to give a little bit of padding towards VERTEX for this T side as well. It just needs to be made sure of that LFO aren't able to run away with it, which has seemingly been a tendency on both of the first 2 maps for both of these teams. So we will wait and see. It's going to be these pistols again for Vertex. So they're taking the double half-buy route to get the proper purchase in the next rounds. And by the looks of the money as well, they'll most likely get an AWP out. So it would tend to think a potential slower round. Maybe even that tower boost out of spawn again. For now, though, grouping up into short water. Not a lot of utility, as opposed to last round with the mollies as well, to try and throw in for a bit of this half execute. 2 smokes, a couple of flashbangs as well. They could layer them quite nicely to get in toward the B site. We'll have to wait and see, though. It's only Savage and Liki here, and, well, the damage is starting to come on through. Liki's good for one. Savage caught in a reload. It's the right click for PZ. He's right-clicked it.
Jesus! Way to do it. Ruffleco should be able to find this plant, but he will be... No, there's a smoke from PZ. The safety net. And this is going to be a real tough one. Apoc Dud is in such a forward position here. And it doesn't look like they're going to be walking out just yet. There we go. No, 2 of them walking out at the same time. Apoc Dud is going to be ready for it. Now it's all in a way. Poc in a 1 versus 4. He does get one, but Ruffleco with the trade. And Vertex, they take the knee, but they scull the drink and get it done. 3rd round for Vertex.
Brilliant plays to come out from them as well. Nice layering of those flashbangs. LFO, a little bit unfortunate that they only did have 2 players down at that B site this time as opposed to the 3 that they did in the last, but that's kind of how it works. Hey, you're spraying on out. Vertex realizing that there's a reload opportunity that they can push in, get all those frags, and then, I mean, just talk about balls to run straight towards where you're knowing, you know, your opponents are going to come from. 2 with the Tech 9. They don't clear the angle. Very, very nicely done. Vertex in with a purchase, and remember, hey, Mitch, that was a half buy, right?
Yeah.
Look at LFO's buy now.
No, correct. This is the round that gets Vertex back into the game, right? You know, they win this, they tie it. It'll be full eco for LFO. And just keeping in mind that PZ Glock train brat to find one of those frags.
I can't believe he right-clicked it.
Something you see often, right? Yeah. 3 bursts or something, get the job done.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, but you know, still a round that they need to win, right?
Yeah.
You know, LFO taking advantage here. They're looking to get some further real estate, which, you know, I always harp on about how important it is to do, and they get away with it. Malta not ready for that one at all. Sent packing.
Yeah, jiggling.
And unfortunately, he's not going on a nice trip.
Jiggling in that location, and caught in mid-jiggle, he gets taken down, sailing on towards Brace. This half-buy is looking pretty potent, and APOC pushed on through, but PZ, oh, he's got out with util. There's the first. Maybe you'd look at Ruffleco being the first frag there. However, APOC has gotten away with 1. It's a 4 versus 2. Rest assured that his teammates would hopefully be able to finish off the remainder of this round. Apoc Dud and Ruffleco have something to say about it. Hazard's also left Mitchell. It's Savage to find Ruffleco, and now Apoc Dud in a 1 versus 3. They know where he is. It's 20 seconds in the bomb. Look what the bomb is. It's in the truck.
Jeez. Another round where it's just scrap, you know, all out fight. Hazard even getting in closer. Great shot from Apoc Dud, but it's not enough. They can trade him out. They can move forward, and LFO just straight back in it, smacking down. And how's the money looking? I guess that's the only saving grace, right? You know, obviously winning that half buy means that Vertex are in a position where I think they'll buy up into it. Yes, they will. They're going to go all the way down. Interested to see how it actually looks, and there will be actually a CT-sided timeout too. So LFO taking another. Again, as we've said, every single timeout has been taken whilst the team has been in the lead by the respective team. So again, LFO really bearing their fangs here, looking fantastic. And Vertex, you know, they look good, but it just feels like they're 1 step behind.
Yeah, the rounds are really interesting with how they're playing out, right? Because it's that one you think maybe a little bit more pace from Vertex when they realize that it's a kind of lesser equipped LFO. Maybe it goes the other way. There was a bit of misfortune on the timing as well when Malta does get taken out. So it's just these little bits and pieces that add up together that is a little bit of that undoing. However, for Vertex, you know, they've got another purchase here. It is fine. It's what they made sure they had the backup for. And for LFO, yeah, they win the previous round. The purchase isn't the greatest for them, however, as well. They've got a UMP, they've got a scout, and then a couple of rifles. So we will see what they're going to be able to make do with this one. Lots of utility across the board. It's kind of an even standings, though, with that Galil from Malta and PZ with that AWP. Do like the Vertex are trying to get straight in toward this util fake at the B site. However, from Malta, keeps some interest from LFO over here as Vertex do start to clear out the connector.
So the creep walk up. Quickscope extraordinaire, PZ at the helm. They're going to be looking to get a little bit more control into short as well. Audio heard, but still is that focus up towards this A site. Happy with their position that they found in connector. And once again, you know, it's a dynamic duo. hazr, Sterling back towards that site, jump spotting. You know, we saw Sterling with the scout go huge only a few rounds ago. 4K, AK picked up as well.
Yep. Well, it's the progression utility at the moment that have allowed VERTEX to creep up and gain control around the party, around connector. You know, they had monster control a little bit earlier on as well. However, that's now faded and gone, that they've gone over towards the A site. So as long as LFO get an idea of what's happening here, they can get a rotation happening, and they might need to. Sterling blind and mollied and nearly dead. Not just yet. A tag onto PZ and allowed another opportunity to fight.
It's damage he's done though again, isn't it, Dion? He's found another shot, which does bring old PZ down to half, and they have actually gone a little bit more forward here, trying to find this fight. There's a member in bank as well. This is dangerous for APOC. That Broffelco will find him though. Now Sterling tries to find the weapon. Will get not traded. Sterling again, keeping alive, getting it done. APOC, great nade over the top as well. So now all of a sudden it's a turn of the tides. It is LFO taking that lead back, slowing it down.
Yeah.
Got time to resettle into this post plant here, Dion, but moving up quickly inside the bank. There will be a couple of members still waiting to see if there will be a push forward from APOC down to Broffelco. Tapping away, can't quite find Sterling. It's like a whack-a-mole moment right now as Sterling does get another. PZ good for the trade. Malta holding forward. And a 3 for Malta means that VERTEX walk away with a 4th. And still, this game brings the fire.
Wow, what a scrappy round in the midst of that fight. But Malta, he just absolutely stone cold lines up them and finds what he needs to. You got to give a bit of a bow and a clap towards Sterling there as well, with the damage he was finding, with the information, the rotations that never came from the B side, unfortunately, as well. They're a little bit too late from Liki and co. He did what he could, but it doesn't get it over the line. VERTEX for 4. And coming up against a bit of an eco here. I'm only seeing 2 grenades from LFO, so a potential little stack. It's not the 3 grenade stack that we'll see from them. Probably on the T side. They love that little cheeky 3-nade stack toward the sandbags. Which one are they doing right now, though? Is it the one for outside monster, or are they waiting for contact of Savage? I think they might be waiting for contact of Savage to then lob them down towards the monster entry. Yeah. Or short now.
Regardless, it's a great entry there from APOC Dud. Now the nades are ready. Pulled to be sent over towards Monster, and they'd miss actually the whole way through. hazr does do good work though with 1 at least to find APOC Dud, and VERTEX are happy with their position. They're just completely slowing it down. Brakes have been pumped. Liki does spot out ahead of Broffelco, and Sterling looking to walk back in towards heaven. So all 3 members are still here. Liki does get the leg shot onto Malta. It's going to force him back here. So still a standoff, just seeing who's going to be making the first mistake here.
Yeah, there's a bit of time for VERTEX to work with as well, so they don't necessarily need to go full balls to the wall, engaging in toward the site at the moment. Sterling's picked him up himself up a smoke, so we'll see what he's going to be able to utilize with that one. hazr has met the grave with his teammates now, and for Liki and Sterling, what do you put a prize on even saving in this round? Do you save anything?
Not worth, no money, nothing to take through.
Yeah.
I'm just going to hope they find some frags or something like that, but
well, there's
I guess,
no purchase in the next round, right? So
no,
saving the scout and Deeg is okay.
Yeah. So that's what they're looking to do. Happy to move away with it. See if they can do some further damage. I guess, look, yeah, in your defense there, Sterling, how much damage did he do with the scout? A couple of rounds ago. Twice now.
Indeed.
So yeah, fair. For 5 rounds now for VERTEX is what they've managed to find, and an eco for LFO, meaning that it likely will move up to a 6-6 scoreline.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Of course, we don't want to count our chickens before they hatch here. There's no real control over the economy from any of these teams in this match so far either. You know, no one getting too far forward. It's resettable within 2. So for VERTEX, you know, if they win this one, they shut down the next gun round from LFO. Then we're starting to look like they've got the remainder of this half kind of okay in the checkbook. But as you do mention, looking to tie things up at the 6-6 scoreline. We'll see what Sterling can do with the scout as VERTEX do trend towards this B site again for the very beginning. No pressure in through towards short water. APOC Dud by his loans himself. Going to be met, however, with Malta for the same line. And they can just reset if they want. They don't know if they're going to be walking into a stack or anything. Just have to clear all the corners, see what you can do with your util, and then eventually they'll go in.
Yep, just do the right thing. Treat every round the same. Don't get overconfident. Savage, straight to the line. Apoc dud, only a couple of warning shots, and now that molly is great. It's going to force Hazr out. Has to leap and bound over towards the site. The pillar, he will be taken down from another frag there for Rufflecoat, moving forward now. Taking the control, good spray control from Malta. Liki taken very low as well, so this should be a very, very easy clean up. But Sterling loves a little bit of a headshot. He's been doing some serious damage. Punished for trying to find the AK.
Oh, he could swindle this one, couldn't he?
Very might. Very well might.
Oh, he's got
Komodo, sir. Yep, he's out. Well done. At least that's a consolation prize taken to the next round.
Indeed. And for Liki, your Kevlar has already been tagged a little bit. Yeah, you could probably save it into the next round. You know, you got a bit of a purchase coming on through. So if anyone comes your way, see if you can take him out. If not, it's okay. You took away an AK. So the scoreline is going to be tied 6 apiece.
Just a good game.
Yeah.
Counter-Strike, eh?
100%.
How nice. It's just like played out how a series almost should, you know? Like, obviously, yes, we would have wished potentially both the opening 2 maps could have been a little bit closer, but seeing 2 teams look strong on their own map picks and playing in very confidently, and you know, the opposing teams on both of those maps not playing poorly either. Like,
yeah,
you know, LFO didn't have an awful Vertigo, and nor did I think VERTEX have an awful Ancient. It was just the team in favor doing the damage.
What was it you mentioned about Apoc Dud coming out with a couple of crazy clutches as well to get them over the line to take that dub, you know?
Yeah.
VERTEX and Aftershock was 16-14 on Overpass that went VERTEX's way.
Peasy.
There you go.
1v3 to close at 16-14, and he had a clutch the round before as well. So even, yeah, Aftershock taking him to task. Sterling.
He's hungry
there, my friend. Yeah, 26 HP, and he's looking for the fight. He'll find it. No.
Now 1.
1 HP.
Okay, now my request. Damn.
Goodbye.
I was gonna say, I was gonna say flashbang or smoke kill wouldn't be too bad.
Hey, mate, how long's it been? We've had like 3 years. You've got 1, all right?
We've got 1 in 3 years.
1.
Yeah. 1. Probably more than others, to be honest.
It was on Inferno, wasn't it, from memory?
I think so.
Yeah, it was on Inferno within the last year. That's all I remember.
I know I've observed one because we got it on a replay. I know that.
Great shot there, hazr. The equalizer now, bringing it back to an awkward one, but this time it's actually Apoc that is forward with them. Great shot from Peasy. However, are they going to be ready for this man in the bathrooms? That's a question. Apoc done, looking for it, but he gets caught with some utility out, and Apoc has to reposition now. He is in an awkward predicament. Ollie goes down, tries to isolate Ruffleco here, but he's got 3 members going forward. We did see something big from Liki. A previous map of Ancient in this awkward position, but easy. He's ready for a swing every day of the week. And now all of a sudden it's that 1-to-1 defense, 30 seconds. Though Malta looking to clear con, looking to clear short. They have to go somewhere, Dion. They have to get moving right now. The footsteps, they will start to be heard. And Savage, it's your time, my friend. Molotov is here, has to smoke it down. Savage with 1, Savage with 2. Will he be able to lock it down for longer? No, Ruffleco will get there. But positioning, will it be found? Has to go for this plant. Will Liki move up? Will Liki find it? Or will Ruffleco go for this swing? He's surely not going to be ready. Goes around towards the other side. He's not clearing it.
He missed it!
No, the whiff. Liki, does he still have it in him? Will he be able to find it? It's everything happening, but Ruffleco will get taken down. My heart's in my mouth. It's beating out of my chest, but it will be Savage to lock it down and finding the round with Liki to back it up.
A sigh of relief from players and commentators alike, Mitchell, right there. Maybe even the crowd too. What a spray down from Savage. Incendiary gets smoked out by Malta to get in toward the site, and he sprays the whole clip.
Man.
Well, it's also that PZ had an AWP, so he misses the first shot. He's so vulnerable, and he can't do anything. And the third player there, the guy in the end, you can't trade kill. I don't know what's going on, man.
Yes.
Yep.
Gaming.
7-6. There's another purchase for everybody. Let's go with that.
Okay, I like it. Good recovery, Dion. Good recovery now.
Nice nade.
Who is going to be winning this half? Well, it's Peasy looking up towards the heaven. But unfortunately, no one to strike down here. They've got our monster instead. And they are straight through. No holds barred. They're looking for this fight. There's 1. There's 2. There's almost a third, but it will be Liki. There's that Molotov that we were talking about. Dion,
I was about to say, why is there a smoke there? Because it was probably mollied from CT spawn.
How good is that? That is what I mean. LFO looking to go above and beyond, getting it done.
Just the adaptation to say, hey, we've seen something. Let's adopt it into our strat book like immediately.
Yeah, and how we didn't even see VERTEX, you know, try to kind of get their way back into it. I think the best thing about that clip on Twitter is it actually didn't work for them, but this time LFO, they make it happen.
Gobi.
Now it's back into a 2, make that a 1-on-3. We speak about PZ being the clutch minister in these positions, but he's looking for a different fight, trying to find his way around. Liki doesn't need a peek. That's the big
thank
fight.
you.
Drops down.
Big
has
feat.
been heard. Hazr just on that line.
Yeah, the problem is as well, it's an AWP. Double swing, easy as you like it from LFO. That's round number 8. And for VERTEX, I mean, look, thinking about it, 6 on the T side is good. 6 is the pass mark, most definitely. Even if it's 9 to 6.
Sure.
If it's 8 to 7 here, well, that would be even better for them, of course. But then again, you know, we know there's a team like LFO. This is a pretty prominent T side. Cannot write anything off just yet. So in all the last round of this half, a couple of pistols are going to be the weaponry of choice for VERTEX, getting in that utility. Sterling on the AWP, everyone else on the A1Ss for LFO. Should be one of those formal rounds. Straight in towards short water though for VERTEX as well. And APOC is just going to be able to spray Malta straight down.
Yeah, knowing the info, hearing that smoke go off to dissipate the Molotov, APOC taps away and he does manage to find the headshot. Great angle. Now they are in short water, but
he's hungry.
He's hungry. A tough one. APOC maybe a little bit too much, and unfortunately Liki's meeting the same demise as well. It's on to Savage. He had an absolutely phenomenal round previously. There's one, but now the trade brace. No, Savage still alive. Gets the job done. Moves into Monster, looking for more, and hazr is there to deny. It's all fallen apart here for VERTEX. They had the entries, they had the opening, but they had to deal with Mr. Savage, and he has locked it down for his team, getting away. 12 HP for him, but only 8 for PZ, and he's got to find a 1v3.
Yeah, might have to zip this round up, unfortunately, right now. 8 HP to try and get a bomb plant down and find 3 frags. It's potentially a little bit too tall of a task, to be honest with you. If he does manage to throw the smoke from here towards B site, somebody on LFO will be able to see its line and know that he is up here as well. But I guess with LFO still being all down towards that B site, there is a sliver of a chance that PZ doesn't plant here and that goes down towards B. Does he fancy himself the brain play? Because there's only 20 seconds. That's the problem. He has to stay here and get a plant. Gonna opt to do so at the tire of the truck. Now let's see if we can get it.
He's given himself an opening. That's the main thing, right? He is sitting inside this smoke. He goes forward, and that might be a little bit too far forward. And it will be in the end there, Dion. It is going to be the round found for LFO. They walk away here in the half, 9 to 6. But we're going to send it over to a break and find out who will be facing off against Order. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back soon.
This world is slowing down. How can I fight it? How can I listen when there's no sound?
Counter-Strike for IEM Dallas, the close qualifiers. And after this half, Dion, we're going to be determining who will face off against Order in that grand final for a spot at Dallas. My name's Conky. Alongside me is Komodo, the man himself. And we will be finding out again who has got it in them. LFO taking a very, very strong 9 to 6 half. But of course, they move on to the lesser favored T side. Pistol, important here.
Certainly so. If the pistol goes the way of VERTEX and give them the opportunity for a strong CT side to start and get closer towards LFO's 9 already, but if it goes LFO's way, that's confidence, that's double digits, maybe even 11 if they best out VERTEX's force buy, which, you know, CT side force buy second round, probably going to happen. LFO, though. Let's see what's going to happen on their regard. The dualies are back out for PZ. Always dualies for one of the CTs. Always dualies.
I guess they're more viable now, obviously, you know, since the patch a little bit ago. The old reduction in cost. Able to pick up the Kevlar with it. But, of course, Brace being the money man, picking up the kits. Easy. See you later, APOC. He goes for the hunt, and he will be rewarded. The dualies do work, and now APOC done, unfortunately, 1 HP, has to get the hell out of there. And it will be the march up towards this A site for LFO. Brace will be the first to take point. He does miss the first shot and has to get out of there.
Yeah, he's getting out of that one as well. Knows that he can't really take a challenge without any Kevlar as the plant starts to go down. Rufflecoat got dinked to 9 as well. There is absolutely 0 pieces of utility for Vertex to get into water retake here with as well. And Savage has a flash that he can lob over a little bit later into the piece. A lurk from Apoc Dud starting to come up through the connector, but Sterling is watching for that one, and the rest of the Vertex crew are going to be coming in from bank and from the jump up position. But Apoc Dud on a single point of HP wins that duel, and now it's the chaos around the side. Liki, hazr winning out the fights. It's PZ's Julies to see what they can deliver with. The kit is dropped on the floor, likewise of Apoc Dud, and now it is PZ charging, but Liki will remove his head and survive with one.
So many things happened in that round. I can't even gather my thoughts at the moment. Head empty. Just everything going awry. Unfortunately, this time it is for Vertex. And LFO just, again, charging. Those Glocks, so scary. But, you know, LFO have just done big things again, finding another pistol round. And this is where Vertex really have to start asking some questions of themselves. They go for the force. And will we see PZ's scout be as strong as the Sterling's was?
I'm waiting.
He's already got a position. He's solo too, so...
I'm waiting to see how long he's going to stick around for and what the shuffling is going to be like for Vertex down to the B side, right? Because they've forced into it as expected. And they got a bit of this utility to work with as well. The crossfire, the double toxic barrels set up. They're definitely waiting for LFO to give a tell of util somewhere around the map. And that tell now is over towards the A side. The complete execution, clearing all the bathrooms. PZ on the scout now, called to arms.
Has to fall away as well. Unfortunately, forced by the wayside, did narrowly miss that shot. It's going to be a little bit awkward for him here, but everyone is marching on through. Good damage, hazr. We're able to take something, but it's a nade back up onto Liki. Who's also being taken down very low. It's still a very dicey round. They're questioning everything right now. And I think that's what PZ's doing, just waiting for that control. Will it be coming through? Because old mate Apoc, a long way away. There's going to be that flash into long. They're going to try and isolate the pick and find the pints. The other members are going to be doing the other bits of focus. There's the leg shot onto Apoc, but he does hold true, finding that shot to get PZ taken down. Now flash goes up the top from Liki. Excellent work there. Look at how low these members are, Dion. You're exactly right. Everything is just falling apart, and it looks like Vertex are just going to get out of there. They do have a kit down, but I just don't think they think it's worth it right now.
Mate, I'm looking at the I'm looking at the flashes that LFO are pulling out there as well. It's like whoever had a flash, they were just layering them one after the other, making sure all of the Vertex members were blind. No chance to actually get anywhere seeing it. Brilliant. Absolutely love to see that layering of utility. But Vertex, I mean, it's okay. It's a little bit of a consolation that they take over these pistols in toward the next round. If they don't purchase anything here, you know, they get guns in the next round regardless. And they're just still kind of buffed up, because if they all died in the last round, they're at the same position money-wise that they are right now.
Focus time starts to go a little bit by the wayside, you know? You start to wonder how it's going to look. You know, Vertex certainly a team capable to get their way back into this, but as the scoreline starts to go up for Vertex, for LFO rather, the hopes do dwindle somewhat, but we're going to give it time until they do get their first full buy. And there is still damage to be dealt here. Wanting to do the ever-important task of not allowing LFO's money to stack up. That's where it gets scary. You know, it's not crazily, I guess, CT side of this map. Like, it is, sure, a little bit, but certainly more even than a lot of others in the pool right now.
This is the stack, Mitch.
They are running into the stack, as you mentioned. Are they going to be ready for it? A minute on the clock. Liki finds two, and he's still looking for more. Very hungry. Roffelko does have an AK, however. It's been falling straight out into those hands. Sterling can recover the bomb here, but damage has been dealt. Brace finds another. 2 on 2. Roffelko, ever important here. Liki's got the Glock out. He's found it. Liki's got 2 with the Glock.
Wow.
He's on for the ace. Is he going to clear long? Brace, cruising up, checking. They're clearing, trying to defend each other. But Brace, he's made the footsteps. He's caused the audio cue, and Liki takes about 16-9, and he's got the ace to close at 12 for LFO.
How has he whipped the Glock out and gotten 2 kills for it? Okay, we settled down. The chaotic rounds are now behind us for the very beginning of this half. We've got guns, Mitchell. PZ's got the AWP. Everyone's got util. There's kits in play. This is Vertex's first chance to get this CT side really rolling now after the little bit of the pistol not going their way and the affairs surrounding that. He's got to be purchased perched, rather, is the word I'm looking for here, over towards the A side of the map, where the remainder of the Vertex squad are over towards B. And here's that nade stack I was talking about a little bit earlier on. The 3 nades that go over toward the sandbags. It's something that LFO like to throw out time and time again, so we'll probably see it again on this map. Something that the CTs always need to be ever so vigilant about, that they just don't get caught off guard, you know, boosting there when the nades come. You never really know, but just be prepared.
Just don't sell it. Don't get your thoughts ahead of yourself, right? Anything can happen in a series like this. We've seen it time and time again. A couple of thousand hours probably casting in this region now. Loved every second of it. Oh, that's probably a stretch, but most of it. Still always a blast to be here, especially again with 2 teams like this fighting for so much on the line. Spotted Dallas and Order, I'm sure, just rubbing their hands together. They know they beat LFO yesterday 2-1. 35 seconds here, Dion.
Yeah, I don't like
getting
this.
very, very close. It's going to be a tough one. He hears the audio. He knows there's the call. Anti-flash, he's ready. Brace gets 2. And APOC does unfortunately get taken down. But now Brace looking for more. He's managed to get off the reload here. Hazard taken down by PZ up on the top of the side. But APOC, look at his positioning here. Finds one, but traded. PZ gets the job done. And a 3rd for his troubles. And Vertex still in it to win it. 12-7.
Great hold from Vertex in that. A little bit assisted by the fact that Hazard's flash blinded 2 of the LFO members walking in towards the open loving arms of APOC Dud to find those 2. Or was it Brace? I've already forgotten. It was one. I think it was APOC Dud. Regardless, 2 frags on the back of a team flash is definitely not what you want to have happening on the T side. PZ closes. And just that shutdown, it sends LFO into a bit of a pistol soiree because they don't have enough money to get out all the rifles, of course. Just a singular on Liki, already ahead of the flames in short water. APOC that's seen in connector needs to be cautious that he doesn't get overwhelmed. How has Liki found 2?
Are you joking?
They have lined up at 2 different elevation points of connector.
He's got no Kevlar either, and the man has just absolutely ripped off a can of worms here. Guns drop down. Fear instilled into the minds of Vertex.
Mitch, that was an AK collateral.
Oh, Jesus. Crazier things. This is what I mean.
They had 100 HP each.
And helmet.
And helmet, yeah. Wow, that's kind of nutty.
All right, let's refocus. Still the time to get it done. LFO still on that T side. No Kevlar at all across the board. So they will get taken down. Bullets going through them like butter. But PZ has a lot of work to do, you know, an AWP here. Very, very scary to be facing off against. One wrong move, one tight slip.
Oh, they're hugging the line.
Surely they're lining up. Surely if PZ checks it, his focus is on the wrong line. He gets away, he hides, he's out. There's one. Will he find another? The flash is good. Malta there for 2. It's a down to a 2-on-2. Liki, the man who did big things, is being taken away, and Malta wants to find a fight. No, can't quite do the damage. Is burning down inside the Molotov. Now it's all on a ruffle coat. He does find one, but there's just no money. There's nothing. And the big old green, the Dragon Law, which we do see so many times with PZ, has been recovered, has been sent back into the hands, but the money, it just still ain't that great for Vertex. And now they've taken a pause. This is the first time we've seen a tactical timeout when the team is actually on the back foot. So 4 rounds the difference. And we will see an LFO buy come through. Dion, time is ticking away in their heads.
Yeah, that's, you know, one of those rounds where all those trades coming on through. If Malta didn't find, you know, was 3 there in the end? The 2 spray down and then the 3rd, yeah, the flick back on towards hazr. Yeah. If he didn't find that, you know, it definitely could have been the other way, right? The 2 versus 1, they get the trade to the bank player. It completely goes the other way. Just these rounds, getting down to the wire time and time again, both in the player sense and in the actual remaining time on the clock, because we've seen a lot of these ones go down to, you know, your 4 seconds remaining. Regardless, though, for Vertex, they don't have to worry about that. It's more favorable for them as opposed to LFO. FAMAS and an MP9 for the CTs to be able to work with around the M4s and the AWP. And for LFO, they're going to go straight back in towards short water again with the smokes going on down to extinguish the flames. You're still going to see this priority for Vertex down towards the lower B site. Brace does play up toward the heavens here, just to ensure a quick rotate back up towards A. It's a nice line from PZ. Find an opener and fall back if you can. And as this utility does start to fade for Vertex as well, they do start to have to be more careful. So there's that opener.
Great line. And Liki, again, an important member, getting taken down early, the in-game leader of LFO. Now can set his focus to the rest of the team's positioning. Another smoke down up from the site. Gives him some extra time to work with 55 seconds left on the clock, and LFO is still very, very far away from a decision here. Not really overly keen on making anything happen just yet. All 4 members split up across the map.
I wouldn't call it complacency or like negligence against the time on the clock right now. I think they're just expecting Vertex to be a little bit more far forward, and Vertex have shown their hand a little bit that they are happy enough to play patient. They know that LFO are clearing up that clock, are utilizing it to its full potential, holding on to this utility to throw it a couple of key times in the rounds and really just lock out LFO, but also funnel them into a singular, more sprayable position. That's kind of what's happening right now. Brace, he might be on for a bit of a fragging action here. They've overlooked him because Savage is blind too. Yeah, they've overlooked Brace still. One, not a second though. APOC to get the trade in the bomb plant 3v3.
All right, let it settle. Flanking from Malta. Does whiff it up a little bit though, and APOC still alive. Sterling looking to reposition here. 3-on-3. Incredibly challenging round. A slight leg shot there onto Malta. Flash goes in. Sterling looking to hold it. Savage up on the truck here. Roffelko's just going to be sitting, waiting patiently. The flash is good. Roffelko, will he find the timing though? He's still waiting inside that smoke. There's one. Savage though opens it up with a bit of a trade back. It's now 2-on-2. Easy has to find the timing, has to find the shot, but it's going to be APOC. He's in a long position and he finds another. That is going to be 13 for LFO and an economy break. Vertex are not going to be happy with that one. It was all of theirs to win, and unfortunately they have fumbled the bag.
APOC has stepped up coming in toward this map as well. You know, he's currently on 17 frags, up there with Liki, Savage, Sterling, hazr. You know, everyone's doing what they need to do on this side right now for LFO. You look at what APOC was coming through with on Vertigo, and I guess to a degree even on Ancient with a couple of those laxes in those rounds. A much better performance individually coming in from the man, and if you've got him firing, if you've got everybody really just pulling their weight on this side of LFO, makes things more difficult for Vertex. And with this economy breaker, with this eco coming on through, this is looking potential to be 14 for LFO. One gun round away, sorry, from putting it onto series point to get into that Grandy final.
Oof.
Oof indeed.
Just not where you want to be. You know, staring down the barrel of that 14th round is just so scary. Needing to find so much more. I guess the only good thing here is that LFO don't have the greatest amount of money. And Vertex being so far away, you know, they've cleared the right side. They understand the stack. So they will start to rotate down. They've got nothing to lose. That's the main thing, right? You know, no SMGs on the side of LFO. They're not going to give too much money in. So they do drop their way into connector. I'm just pretty much gonna let the round play out.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm seeing if Vertex are gonna like kind of charge through the door and see if they can get a frag when the bomb explodes. Overwhelm anybody. You've got, whom is that? Roffelko waiting. Ah, here we go. There you go. There's the kill. Because that single frag just there, right? It kind of throws in, if it was 1 or 2 more, it would have been even better. But hazr had no money, so, you know, util dropped an AK. That's what was required. It's keeping LFO's money semi-honest, but not honest enough, because, I mean, if Vertex win a round here, there's another gun round for LFO, and it's another battle that they have to try and keep them from getting 15. And they have to keep their guns up as well, because they've got no spare cash behind them. If Vertex win a round and lose in numbers, players in numbers rather, in that round that they win, it makes it more awkward.
Okay. Wow. APOC straight through. Malta, is he going to be ready for it? They haven't chosen to go any further. Ruffleco will be the only man to go down so far. Very confident of their position, holding towards that short area. Apoc does find one, so there's a good result. Went fishing and was rewarded with a big catch of the day. Now back on site. Brace going for a walkabout. Does spot Savage. Awkward line. Savage straight into the face of adversity there. Gets the job done. But the rest of these members are still in not the most fantastic of spots. And PZ's in boost on connector.
Time to play with. It's okay. Bomb not left in T-spawn, so it's a good sign. But a pick from PZ certainly does bode well for Vertex here at the current juncture. A single smoke grenade for Sterling to allow the potential of passage for Savage in towards the A site, but he will have to contest with two members here. How do you renegotiate yourselves back in toward this round? Sterling is still down all the way through long. That's a sharp one from Malta. Does Sterling just 20 seconds?
It's
go
a
for
rough
a
one.
save?
I mean, yeah, he's made the call now. It is a very awkward one, but like on the other side, you know, Vertex can't afford to hunt this at all. They just have to keep everything that they've got up. Again, main factor is PZ's AWP is still here. Something to work with. Sterling, 4.8k can drop for Liki. Apoc will drop for hazr. It'll be okay. Another buy. Vertex. It's the break point again. Like, how many times have we seen this so far? Just right on the edge. The winner of this round could potentially turn the tides of the game. You know, Vertex, they find it. It's an entry point back in. But LFO, they find it. It's going to be a very ugly looking final round for Vertex, potentially fighting up against overtime. Again, we've seen crazier things.
Yeah.
Not going to send it out here. Not going to make any decisions.
Pause comes in from Vertex once more, Mitch. So I guess when you got a pause coming through from them, you know that something's up. Settle themselves down. What's the plan of attack? You can expect that Brace is going to be giving some good words with some input from the rest of the squad as well with what they've been able. They're going for a double pause here. That's the importance of a round such as this. Loss bonus, not really built up for LFO. A round of a reset. You get to 10, you get to 11. And then you're going to have to try and do it again. And if Vertex do get up to that point where LFO do have another gun round and they do win that one, you know, they've got that momentum starting to really build. But if LFO find one round, has to be clinical from Vertex from there on out.
So there it is. All the discussions have been held, have been had. What's percolating in the big brain of Brace? Liki, though, you know, how crazy is it? Just still able to put up such big numbers. Only one frag behind Malta. And Malta has been absolutely stepping up to the plate here. Brace really yet to activate on this map, but he's had a big couple of performances earlier. Now they'll be looking to send their way straight through that molly inside mid. But it is a relatively passive start into the round here for Vertex.
Kind of for both sides at this point in time. LFO just now getting out of the T stairs. Not even down through connector just yet. Hazard's kind of waiting patiently to make his proceedings up. Smoke will start to fade. Yeah, Liki.
He's going to strike. Apoc Dud going down, and he's on a bit of an island there as well. No position to trade at all. So Vertex, this is not a frag that they can afford to lose really at all. Brace has taken point, picking up the slack alongside PZ. And they're basically just Ruffleco sort of in position to do everything himself. It does look like it's the right decision at this point in time. Rest of the LFO side are looking like they are going to be making their way out towards this long position. Jump spot for the clear. So the stack is correct, but will it pay off? PZ actually looking to go forward here.
Yeah,
this is a very risky play.
It's bold.
The reward could be huge.
Definitely could be. He does have Brace next to him as well, clearing the off angle. So in toward the line, though, there's no immediate trade. Brace, he's actually in the bathrooms. I thought he was outside of them. If they don't clear him, it could be massive, but there's the bomb gifted to him on not a silver platter, but it could definitely turn out to be one if he's able to find Sterling. And now it's Apoc and Savage to see what they can do to bring this one back. It's 10 seconds in the round, and Brace is holding it down, burning Savage down to the hell as he finds Ruffleco. There's no time, and look at this, straight into Malta. Oh.
Jesus!
These rounds.
This game is paying dividends right now, Dion. PZ takes the risk. That was a 3 versus 5 Brace. We were just talking a bit of smack. Must have heard us. Having a rough game, 9 and 17, and he's found 3 in the rounds to take his way forward. That has brought him all the way up. Jeez, man. Again, another tight game, another crazy one. And ultimately with LFO going down onto the eco here, it's a gentle one for sure. Only the 2 Deagles, a Tech 9. Nothing else really to work with at all. They play the default, they run over towards A little bit of connector control will be found, but this is the one that Vertex cannot lose. They need to stack up their money. They need 5 alive.
Well, Mitch, I think if you're losing to the pistols that LFO have gone in with in this round, in the, you know, you drop to something like this, you'd be hating yourselves. It would not be a fun time if they go back to the demo. Well, they don't even need to. They'll see it in the kill feed. You just don't need to see a misstep. You can't see a misstep from Vertex. It's a good start. Apoc dud onto hazr.
That AWP has to remain. If it's taken out, no good. No reinvestment. It's going to be a few more rounds before it as well.
So I'm going to be caught out right-clicking Apoc dud. Used to the AWP, but...
Just slow. One by one by one. They peek in. PZ drops the bomb. Good result. On for the team ace here. The other 2 members down towards that B site. Won't be finding any love, I don't believe. Savage dunked down, but PZ does miss the warning shot. Another flash in. Liki spotted. PZ so sharp. But again, send this round away. He poked out on the flank. And the clean position is exactly what we needed. We spoke about it. Needed 5 alive. Needed that money to stack up because now the reinvestment's going to be there. But all of them are going to have above 2K. They're going to have another buy to go into this one. But LFO still, again, just barking so close to that 15th round.
They've got timeouts in their back pocket, but I'm wondering if they're going to choose to utilize one because Vertex still have one as well. So it's not like we're at the point right now where LFO calling a timeout is what Vertex needs, you know? Because they've still got that one for themselves to use. So we'll wait and see if it is going to be needed. As everybody's got the guns coming back in toward this round at the moment. It's going to be a little bit of that long aggression for Vertex once more. It's such a huge amount of information. They can kind of just pincer attack on towards LFO if they do need to.
Have we even seen a full...
PZ. He's just being spammed through the wall.
Yeah, all the way through. That's so good for Apoc there.
The problem that I see now, though, Mitch, is Apoc is on an island by himself.
Yeah. Roffelko's going to go clearing for it. And Apoc that also very, very close to a battle. Liki only an inch away now. They move up long. There's Brace with 1. There's Brace with 2. That's the bomb.
Yep.
That's the bomb drop down towards this long position, but it was the 2 lower members here, only a 3-on-4.
The power of the long double stack, though, right? They've pushed up. They've gone in with a plan of attack, and it's worked out. They've even just lost the first player of their team on the other side of the map. You got 3 CTs surrounding hazr now, essentially. How would he even get back in toward this one? Liki brings the fight on towards Roffelko, wins it, and he's trying to peel them away from that bomb, and he's done so nicely! hazr finds 3! And he absolutely decimates Vertex. It is now series points to get into the grand final.
Jesus, man. What a way to do it. Liki again, marching forward, getting all the control for his team. That is insane.
Oh,
Jesus,
I heard a click in the chat. Are we getting a pause? No.
No, it's golden. Little bit of BM, little bit of banter at the right time for it to be coming through. 4 rounds, the distance, the difference. They need it to happen, Vertex. Otherwise, it's going to be LFO going into the finale against Order. And I cannot believe that, right? You know, Vertex, they managed to find the control. Their first time going for the long hunt. And they get it. Apoc, ooh, no, he's out. Doesn't want a part of it. PZ finds hazr. That's an important opening pick here as well, because again, LFO don't have the most money in the world. We spoke about how this game was going to get close, and my God, it certainly is. Roffelko playing the distance. Apoc wants to find the fight. He will get it. Ooh. That's the second time he's done it. Leaping in from the smoke, and another goes down to Monster. But this time, Apoc, you were sneaky once, but you will be punished the second time. And now information gathered up towards long here, Dion. They are going to be marching forward for it.
Yeah, there's a lot of time for LFO to still work with as well, so they didn't necessarily need to try and bully their way through the smoke grenade, but they are exactly going to be doing that. A multi-pronged approach in toward the site as Liki finds APOC dart. Now for the CTs getting this retake. Will they be expecting PZ to be this close already? The smoke's about to fade as well. And they're not even looking for him. Mitchell right now. They get the Kobe, but he lines them up. Oh, it looks so awkward. It made me stand up. Oh. Can we get a pause for this?
I pushed away from my desk so far.
Oh. That made me stand up. Wow. If he lost due to the spray, that would have been absolutely chaotic. But, okay. Vertex have gotten 12. It's an eco now for LFO with Liki getting an AK and some Kevlar and a helmet.
All right. Relax. Recover. Rest. Liki. He's got an AK. He's been doing so many big things with it. 25 frags. But again, it's tight. OT, the only opportunity here for Vertex. No other route that they can take. That's a big, big stack for Vertex down towards this B side as well.
Yeah. Something that we've definitely seen them use as a sort of comfort strategy for the beginning stages of this rounds. As they have a peek in short water, smoke phase in monster, they start to tally up an idea of potentially what LFO are throwing their way. Deep smoke in towards A short. They're already in front of it. Flames though. Make sure they don't get a tick on towards Liki because APOC Dud will hear that. The bomb in divider as well. There is a window of opportunity here for LFO to get a free frag on toward him. But down towards the B site is where most of Vertex's force is.
$40 seconds will be that B hit, as you mentioned. Ready for it. And these are the money-making machines right now. The MP9, there's one. Ruffleco finds it. Very, very low, though. Another 3 for him.
Money.
Very, very important round here. Exactly right. They want to try and get that one up. They're not going to have the money. Oh, it's just so tight. They're just going to have to go for the rifles. Ruffleco didn't have enough to go for the Kevlar and drop it over. So it's all rifles. Will that mean a different approach? You know, they went a couple of rounds ago just before for that B long aggression. And then the A long aggression also. And unfortunately it was failed. Hazard had a huge round with the 3K. But this time they're going aggressive inside mid. No, not quite. Nades over the top. One we'll find. But it's not enough. Ruffleco has been having an absolute mare against APOC as well.
Yeah, more spam through the wall.
Just to point that out.
Yeah. It's like, what have we seen so far? APOC had bullied APOC for half of this series. Then it started to turn around in this map with APOC just having none of it. Liki has, you know, pulled his big boots up. But information is what Vertex are seeking. Ruffleco needs to be a little bit more patient with how he's going to play. Sterling has found PZ pushing long by himself. And with no trade of APOC Dart looking the wrong way, Mitchell, this is methodical action coming through from LFO. Yeah, it's not the greatest, most hype action right now, but it is very clean round of CS that LFO are putting our way.
Exactly right. They've done so much damage. It's going to be on to Brace again. He has tucked forward. He's going to have to deal with Sterling in a little bit. 3 members. Utility, everything being sent up here now for this fight, but they've still got 40 seconds, and it's not going to be. It is going to head down towards that B side, and it's going to be the man from Malta to try and find this control, but there it's going to be APOC. This could very well be game, set, and match. It is a 2 versus 5, and Ruffleco is so low from that earlier exchange. He is on his way out. But as he starts to creep, it is going to be Liki spotting out the head from the position. He's so close to 30, but it's just not going to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, it is your victors in LFO who do make their way to the grand final, where they'll be faring off against Order, where they were taken down in a 1-2 fashion yesterday. Vertex, I've got to admit, man, they had a resilient fight, but a few of those rounds where LFO just managed to dive straight up on the